Welcome back to the Run Radio podcast. My name's Trina. My guest today is going to be talking running things with me and Run It Studios, Run Radio. We're all about inspiring strides in life, business, and beyond. So, we're going to be talking about some road running today. I'm Trina, and my guest, Cynthia Burleson. Welcome.
So good to be here.
So I've got my Love to Run shirt on in honor of talking about running today. So tell me about this society that is promoting this race. I don't want to give it all away, so I'll let you talk all about it.
Right. And I tell you, we've done a lot of podcasts, and the podcasting community has been so great to us as far as helping us get the word out. And we do spend a lot of time talking about why we're running and talking about the sustainable development goals. So I definitely want to definitely talk about that. It's interesting. There's wonderful reasons why we're working, while we're running, but as far as running the race and running and all that, to talk with another runner, I'm excited about really talking running. So if I could tell you about the International Sibling Society, if you'd like.
Yes, please do.
All right. So the International Sibling Society is the organizing organization that's putting this race together. We are a nonprofit that's based out in Reno, Nevada. We've been around a long time, since 1998. But we did a little rebranding after the pandemic. So I could tell you what we've done in our past and what we're doing now, if you wanted to ask about any of that. But the race itself is a race that is being run in 190 countries to create awareness of the Sustainable Development Goals. And Trina, doesn't matter what your answer is, but are you aware of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals?
I mean, I briefly saw what you had on them, but I don't have them committed to memory. So go ahead and tell me some.
That's why we're running the race. That's why we're running the race, to create awareness, because so many people don't, what are you talking about? They say, So the Sustainable Development Goals, they got started in 2012 in a conference, a group of people in Rio de Janeiro, in Central America. And then about 3 years later, it was formalized into a document, and that became the Sustainable Development Goals. And it's 17 huge, big, hard, difficult goals for humanity to work towards together collectively, to make life better on the planet for humans, all other species, and for the planet itself. But they're big goals, like ending poverty, zero hunger, quality education for everyone, health and well-being, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, which would be interesting to talk about the Olympics in Paris coming up soon, when we talk about clean water and sanitation, if we remember to talk about that. Then there's goals related to industry, related to economics, related to peace and strong institutions, on up to number 17, which is my favorite, which is partnership for the goals.
Oh, yes.
So big goals.
Yeah.
And there's even debate as to whether or not we'll reach these goals or not. The target date is 2030. So some people say there is no way we're going to do this. It's just too big, or it's impossible. Forget it. We've had solutions pointed out, like economist or Professor Jeffrey Sachs, who says he could eliminate poverty, and he kind of shows how it would work. We could talk about that if you want. And people come along and say, oh, no, that won't work. That wouldn't work. So, there's debate. Will we make it? Do you think we'll make it by 2030?
I mean, I do believe in power in numbers. So I think the more we work together, I do think we can make changes. Will we get them all struck from the list? I hope, but we'll try. We can go down trying, right?
There you go. So the International Sibling Society has literally taken this real race for sustainability, the race to 2030 to achieve these goals. And we have, it's like art imitating life. We have literally organized human feet on the planet running 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, full marathons, even little family small distance fun run, whatever distance you want to run. We've organized these runs in different parts of the world so that it actually does symbolize this a visual representation of our race to our race towards sustainability.
You sure hit the right group. Runners definitely
Yeah.
love to help and make, everything better for everybody. And together, we're a very supportive group, especially here where I'm at in Southwest Missouri. We've got a great running community. So tell me why you decided to tap into that group specifically.
I love the way you asked that question because I'm going to tell you exactly how it happened.
Okay.
Well, two things.
Okay.
One, about 20 years ago, I was in Iraq working with the government. Let's just put it that way. Not
Okay.
military, but
Yeah.
working with the government. And we were in a conflict zone. We were in the green zone. And people were killing people. And it was conflict, place of conflict. I happened to work in the sport office, which so I was in the sports office, and our job was to kind of help a couple of things, just promote sports in general, work within the youth centers and youth programming, and also we were trying to help Iraq qualify for the Olympic Games that year, which were going to be played in Athens. Or were played in Athens. And so we're doing all our sports work and all this in the conflict zone and all. And then in through our office door comes somebody saying, "Oh, we're just wanting to know, we know you're the sports office. We want to organize a run and just, kind of wanted y'all's blessing. Would you, what do you think?" And of course, we didn't have any authority really to tell them what to do, but I was the person in the office that showed up for the race. I'm gonna go check out this run, and in the tension of the daily life in the green zone, I was absolutely impressed and floored with the fact that early in the morning, all these people from all over somewhere showed up with their bib numbers and were so flawlessly organized and brought such joy. The race was over within like an hour and a half, and it was just a wonderful experience. That always stuck with me, how how relieving an event it was, how much people wanted to participate, and they seemed to know what to do. Didn't have to have instructions on anything. They just knew what to do. Show up at 7:30 or whatever time. We're
Right,
gonna
right,
run,
right.
And so that was impressive. Um, yeah. So that was my first exposure to 5Ks and organized race and the power of sport to, alleviate tension.
So when you decided to put together this race for sustainability, what has been one of your bigger challenges in doing it and then spreading the word about it?
Okay. So yes, Trina, that now we're talking about the running everything, and that's what I want to talk with you about. Um, this is our first year to organize this race, and we're very, very impressed with the platform that we chose as our registration platform, which is Race Roster. Have you worked with Race Roster much, or
Not that I recall.
any of the other platforms? Do you have any advice or
I'm
experience with
not
the different
familiar.
race
Is this,
platforms?
yeah, I'm not sure. Is this one for fundraising, you mean?
Well, it's the one that is where you go to register for our site.
Okay.
But so I should maybe we should tell your listeners where to go to register for the site, and then that'll be talking about the topic of race
Yeah.
rights. So you start at our website, which is issnow.earth, which stands for International Sibling Society. Now, it's not 1998 anymore. We live in the now, .earth. So issnow.earth. And at the top of our website, there'll be a banner that basically says register now, and you just click that. But if you miss the banner at the top, then just scroll down our website, and you'll see several different links to just click to join the race, you know. So when you click and go to register for the race, decide what race you want to run and all of that, it takes you to the race roster platform, which handles, I don't know, your bib numbers and all of the timing. And we could not do this without race roster. Put it that way.
Okay, yeah, this is a little bit different than what I'm familiar with. So are there then, I guess, throughout the world, then you've got different races in different areas that people go at and their scheduled times then, right?
Well, good question. How we're doing it is we have the 190 something teams, and that corresponds with the number of countries that are working together on the Sustainable Development Goals.
Okay.
So they go hand in hand. And it's over 190 countries, but it also includes the Holy See. They're on the list. So if you want to run for the Holy See, check the Holy See, which is, of course, the Catholic Church. Also, Palestine is on there. Palestine is not a country. But it's on there because it's a UN observer nation. And then there's some other UN observer nations that aren't actually countries, but they're there. And the way that we're doing it this year is you can run for the country of your choice. So Trina, you and I are in the USA, and you know, perhaps all of us, most of us here, can just open our door and run and feel safe. That may or may not be the case in some other countries or other parts of the world. So if there's a country that's weighing heavily on your heart and you want to run for that country, there's nothing that's keeping you from choosing that country during the registration process on the big drop-down menu. So you can run for the country of your choice. Then each country is organizing their own team countries. I would say Kenya and India are really doing great as far as this country team. But this year we found that people are pretty spread out. Like just in the US, for example, there's about 5 of us here in Reno that are running kind of are with each other and stuff, but everybody is in different parts of the state. We have many interns that are working with us this summer, and they're all at different colleges and universities around the country. So you can run by yourself, or you can run with an organized group. It's up to you. And Race Roster has us in the virtual category. Are you familiar with virtual races?
Yes. So they're not official timed races.
Well, here's the interesting part.
Okay.
Yes, they are. Oh,
Okay.
it's so wonderful. I love this because Race Roster, when you register for the race on Race Roster, and you can register for a free event, free family fun run, and it ranges on up. Our registration fees are very modest compared to most prices, but the most expensive race to register for is the full marathon, and that's got a $50 registration donation fee to register for that, and $50 at most tables in our country might not seem like much, but in some tables around the country that might be half the annual salary. So it's just ridiculous ridiculously large amount of money in some places in the world. So we have plenty of scholarships. So all you need to do is just email us, and the email is diplomaticoffice@issnow.earth, and we can help with the scholarship. So we don't want any financial barriers to prohibit anybody from participating in the race. So, so when you register, to answer your question, Trina, what about the timing? Who's timing this race? When you register and complete your registration on Race Roster, you have the choice or ability to download an app on your phone. And I forget the name of the app every single time I talk about it, but I think it's Runkeeper. But you don't even need to know the app name.
A lot, yeah.
It'll just automatically download it or what have you. Work with it a little bit. There are some steps, and you'll receive some email instructions on how to hook your app up to your phone. And then you just run. And when you run, you hit start. And then when you finish, you hit stop. And your results automatically go to the leaderboard.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Now, I did just get some message from someone in Australia who's having a bit of a challenge getting her time into the leaderboard. So if anyone does have any challenges getting their time in the leaderboard, they can just contact us, and we're contacting Race Roster, and we're gonna, we'll get those things figured out. But it's supposed to be a seamlessly automatic process, but there's also a way to manually put in your time. If you don't want to run with the app, not a problem. You can just put your time in another way. Are there awards for the finishers? Well, this year we're doing it. It would come through the leaderboard. Part of our race, just like the Global Sustainable Development Goals are big goals, but they're based on making the world more sustainable, less waste, that type of thing. One of the principles of our race is to be a zero waste event. And so the recognition that comes back is going to be emailed to you through the app and will be in digital form. We also have workout playlist, lots of music, that type of thing. So it's all going to be digital and quote zero waste. All right. And what about volunteers? What do you need from volunteers? We are so thankful for the volunteers that are helping us. We have like so many interns. They happen to all be at colleges and universities from one coast to the other. So we have them all over the US. And they have helped us so much along the way, everything from graphic design and internet and techie help and techie volunteer things, on up to just the running of the race and recruiting people in your area to join the race. Like I say, a lot of recruitment is going on out of India. They're doing really good recruiting one another. Actually, the podcasting community over there is really good. Popcorn and spreading the word. What else do you want us to know? Well, just to go to the website and register at issnow.earth, and then just choose register now and pick your race. And if you have any questions, just reach out to us. Our email is also on the site. So. All right, good luck. Come back and give us an update and let me know when the next event is, and we'll talk about that one. All right. Well, thanks for having me. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Be sure you're following along. You can link over to whichever platform you prefer to listen or watch from runradio.net.